I found a bike online, advertised as lightly used and in perfect condition. It was in my price range, so I arranged to pick it up after work. The seller gave me a casual address in another part of town, and I assumed it would be a simple exchange. When I arrived, the street was quiet. Too quiet. Houses lined both sides, but it wasn't the usual suburban calm. Everything seemed slightly off. Lawns were unkempt and some homes had peeling paint. I parked in front of the seller's house and walked up to the door. A man in his 40s answered, smiling casually. He held the bike like it was his most prized possession. "Here you go," he said. His tone was friendly, but there was something about the way he studied me as I looked at the bike that made my stomach tighten. He didn't just glance, he watched, slowly, deliberately. I thanked him, handed over the cash and carried the bike to my car. I noticed his eyes lingered on me as I walked away. I tried to shake it off, telling myself I was imagining it. The ride home should have been uneventful. It wasn't. About halfway through, I saw a car driving slowly behind me. I took a few turns, doubling back to check if it was coincidence. The car followed. I started to panic, trying to lose it, but it stayed at a distance, keeping pace without drawing attention to itself. By the time I got home, my heart was racing. I parked quickly, jumped out, and locked the doors. I checked the apartment for signs of intrusion. Nothing. But every time I went near my window, I felt like someone outside was watching. I began noticing small things. A car parked too long near my building, footsteps outside my door at night, shadows moving where they shouldn't. At first, I convinced myself it was just paranoia. But then I started seeing the same car repeatedly, parked on nearby streets, always empty, always still. I would glance at it as I walked past, and it felt like it was waiting, studying me. A week later, I noticed scratches on my apartment door frame. Tiny, almost imperceptible. Nothing was missing. I live alone. I double-checked the locks and even installed a camera. When I reviewed the footage, nothing showed the car stopping or anyone near my door, but I could still feel it. Every day I started changing my routines, taking different streets, varying my schedule. The sense of being watched never left. I started hearing soft knocks on my door when I was sure no one had been there. The sound would stop as soon as I approached, leaving me with my own heartbeat echoing in my chest. The most unsettling part? I never saw the seller again. But every time I leave my apartment, I imagine that same pair of eyes following me. I don't know if it's them, someone connected, or just coincidence. But the feeling that someone knows exactly where I live and is still paying attention hasn't left me since the day I picked up that bike.